This is a developing story shaking the nation tonight. A fatal shooting. A sitting U.S. president refusing to give a clear answer. And now, growing bipartisan pressure that could push Washington toward a government shutdown. What really happened in Minneapolis? And why does it matter right now? Former President Donald Trump is declining to say whether a federal officer acted appropriately after the fatal shooting of Alex Pretti, a 37-year-old intensive care nurse, during protest activity in Minnesota. Instead, Trump says his administration is reviewing the incident and will issue a determination later. In a short interview with the Wall Street Journal, Trump was asked, twice, whether the officer who shot Pretti had done the right thing. The publication reports he did not directly answer. Pressed again, Trump responded, we're reviewing everything, and we'll come out with a determination. At the same time, Trump signaled that federal immigration enforcement officers would eventually leave the Minneapolis area. At some point we will leave, he said, adding that officers had done a phenomenal job. But Trump also sharply criticized Pretti for carrying a gun while attending protest activity. I don't like any shooting. I don't like it, Trump told the Journal. But I don't like it when somebody goes into a protest and he's got a very powerful, fully loaded gun with 2 magazines loaded up with bullets also. That doesn't play good either. The controversy is now spreading across Capitol Hill. A growing number of Republicans are calling for a deeper investigation into federal immigration tactics in Minnesota following Pretti's death, signaling that the Trump administration's account of events may face bipartisan scrutiny. House Homeland Security Committee Chair Andrew Garbarino, a Republican, has formally sought testimony from leaders at Immigration and Customs Enforcement, Customs and Border Protection, and U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services. In a statement cited by the Associated Press, Garbarino said his top priority remains keeping Americans safe. Other Republican lawmakers are also demanding answers. That includes Texas Representative Michael McCaul and Senators Tom Tillis of North Carolina, Bill Cassidy of Louisiana, Susan Collins of Maine, and Lisa Murkowski of Alaska. Their statements, along with concerns raised by several Republican governors, reflect a party deeply divided over how to respond to the killing of Pretti by federal agents. The Department of Homeland Security quickly claimed that Pretti had violently resisted officers, stating that agents fired defensive shots. But widely circulated video evidence appears to contradict that account. Trump later shared an image on Truth Social of a pistol allegedly found on Pretti, writing, "This is the gunman's gun, loaded, with 2 additional full magazines, and ready to go." However, Pretti was reportedly legally permitted to carry a firearm. Video of the incident does not appear to show him holding a gun. Instead, it shows an officer reaching toward Pretti's lower back, stepping away with what appears to be a pistol, and moments later, Pretti is shot to death. The debate has now reached America's most powerful gun rights organizations. The National Rifle Association responded after Bill Asaley, appointed by Trump to temporarily serve as a U.S. attorney in California in 2025, posted online, "If you approach law enforcement with a gun, there is a high likelihood they will be legally justified in shooting you." The NRA pushed back strongly, posting, "This sentiment is dangerous and wrong. Responsible public voices should be awaiting a full investigation, not making generalizations and demonizing law-abiding citizens." Former Republican Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene also weighed in, expressing support for law enforcement while defending gun rights. "I unapologetically believe in border security and deporting criminal illegal aliens, and I support law enforcement," Greene wrote. "However, I also unapologetically support the Second Amendment. Legally carrying a firearm is not the same as brandishing a firearm." She added, "I support Americans' First and Fourth Amendment rights. There is nothing wrong with legally, peacefully protesting and videoing." Meanwhile, Democrats are escalating their response. Party leaders have vowed to withhold further funding from the Department of Homeland Security unless an upcoming Senate bill is amended to restrict federal agents' actions during the current deportation surge. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer said Democrats will not provide the necessary votes if DHS funding remains unchanged. A spokesperson for Senate Majority Leader John Thune said DHS and other government funding would be voted on as a single package. Without a deal, the U.S. government could face a partial shutdown at the end of January. Connecticut Senator Chris Murphy, speaking on CNN's State of the Union, delivered a blistering critique. Democrats, he said, can't vote to fund this lawless Department of Homeland Security that is murdering American citizens, that is traumatizing little boys and girls all across the country in violation of the law. This story is unfolding fast, with major implications for law enforcement, gun rights, immigration policy, and the stability of the federal government itself. Stay with us for the latest USA breaking news and real-time updates. If you want to stay informed on trending American politics, crime news, and major national developments, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it so others don't miss what's happening right now.